Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. This has been a video that I've been wanting to make for a very long period of time. Today we're going to be reviewing the 2024 Kia Soul GT line. We are going to take this thing for a drive, but first I'm going to go over a couple things on the outside, a couple things on the inside, and then we'll see how it drives. Now, so I did a video close to this about a year ago on the 2023 Kia Soul GT line, so I felt that it was sweet to do the 2024. Power in this car is a 2.0 4-cylinder engine, has about 147 horsepower and roughly like 132 feet-pounds of torque. You can expect around 27 city and about 33 highway, and this is also paired up to a continuous variable transmission. All right, let's take a walk on the outside, go over a couple things, and then take this thing for a drive. So as you guys know, this Kia Soul has been basically the same size, shape, same dimensions since the Kia Soul first came out. Kia, I don't think, has any other plans to change this body style up. This thing is very sharp, nice. I love the new tail lights that are on it. And then take a look at that center exit exhaust. Open the hatch, you got a button there, backup camera, and then we do have a cargo cover, and then up under we do have a compact spare tire and jack, and you can also lower this down there in the bottom. That way it gives you more vertical space, but you also do have a decent amount of vertical space as it is. So this has the technology package, which gives you the Harman Kardon, which is like another $2,400 package. Brings your MSRP, I think, a little bit under $27,500. Wow. All right, tire and wheel setup. We have 235/45 rim size 18s. That's going to be all the way around. I love how they did they have the alloy wheels, but you have the chrome and then black around it. It looks pretty sharp on this car. Let's take a look at this back space. What I do also have to mention is many people don't understand how much room is actually in this car. I'm about 6 feet tall. I'm gonna hop in real quick, but I just want to show you guys this nice red stitching, leather armrests, power windows, and do have storage pockets there. And I love how I can easily get in and out of the back of the Soul. I still have a decent amount of headroom. I haven't figured this out yet, but there's no storage compartment at the back. You should get storage room here at the back. Do have 2 USB-C charging ports. And then right, do have an armrest. It's a little tight back there in that armrest. Nice cup holders as well. I love the contrast and different stitching that they have on the seat. And let's see this room with the seats down. You do get 60/40 split. There goes your room. And this Soul hasn't changed much at all from 2023. I do love the flat bottom steering wheel on the GT line. This thing's amazing. All right, let's go up under the hood, check out this 4-cylinder engine. There it goes. Plastic manifolds. Still the same 4-cylinder engine. It's not as noisy as the older generations. I think they tweaked a couple things on it, but this front end looks sweet. Alrighty, take a look at this cockpit. So since you get the technology package, you do not have a manual e-brake. Right now you have an electric parking brake, auto hold. You do get different drive modes, just normal and sport. Sport gives it like that little pinkish reddish illumination. Then you do have heated seats for driver and passenger. It's in the technology package. Push button start. Do have automatic climate controls with dual climate control as well. Nice huge horizontal screen, built-in Apple CarPlay. It's actually wired. Sorry, you get wired CarPlay. For some reason on the base model trim you get wireless, and then when you come up a few trim levels you have to use wired CarPlay. You also get quick access buttons here to your map, navigation, radio, media. Let's take a look at the backup camera. Two little different angles of the backup camera. Notifications, Apple CarPlay. Here we have all our steering wheel controls, volume, voice control buttons. And then we have your cruise control, adaptive cruise control, lane centering. Then here we have the brightness and dimming for your gauge cluster, traction control off, auto start stop, you can turn it off, and then your parking camera, which you can just put it in reverse. Check a couple things here in the menu, get different driver info, compass, tire pressure. Nice. Let's take this thing on a spin, see how it drives. We also get a sunroof up top with a shade cover, sunglass holder, power button for your sunroof. Added with all the options and everything, you're just shy of 28,000. You're up under it with the technology package that's in it. Yeah, let's take this thing for a drive, see how you drive. That's one thing that I really like about the Soul, is it's a nice hatch. It's like close to like a smaller I would say SUV, but many people wouldn't consider that, but I consider it like a small SUV. It's very, very much a crossover, but from looking from the outside in, you would never notice how much room is actually in this car, which is incredible, because for people like me, 6 feet tall, leg room and headroom is a plus. And I would tell you, this continuous variable transmission is very, very responsive. Do have a couple USB ports down there, USB and actually a USB-C. And we also have a wireless phone charger up here as well. I'll show you how this auto hold button works. So now it's right there, it's green, and I can literally release my foot off the brake without the car actually moving. And the way to get that released is you actually have to press the gas or press the brake to turn it off. Alrighty, so it just released. Didn't even put on my turn signal. Wow. Like I said, the Soul has changed over many of years. They've been out for quite a while, although I would say I see a lot of like taxi drivers and Uber drivers using them, because I mean, they're easy to get in and out of. Do have a little bit of more ground clearance than the Forte, I would say. You also do get blind spot indicators in your side mirrors. There's not really much of blind spots in here, to be honest. If you adjust your mirrors the right way, you see very good in and out. I can see very good out of my back window. Also get a rear view window wiper in the back. As you guys can see, I turned it on. Very, very responsive. Feels very flat when you're hitting the corners. Let's take a look at that. Is your blind spot indicators. Let's take a look at this adaptive cruise control. You can set up about 4 car links between you and the car that's in front of you. Cool thing about it is you don't have to press the brakes or gas, it actually does it for you. This lane centering works out pretty sweet as well. Don't actually have to do anything besides keep my hands on the steering wheel every few seconds, and it does practically everything else for me. Basically does like self-driving, as I would say. Now I think that is pretty sweet. I love that if I accidentally take my eyes off the road to look at like a tree or something, that the car has my back. But this Soul, the seats are very comfortable, the drive is very comfortable, the ride is comfortable. Do not let that 147 horsepower fool you. It's like, for this car itself, it feels like that is the right amount of power. Doesn't feel like it's trying to overdo it. Let's take a look at this Apple CarPlay. So much of screen that you get with the Apple CarPlay. Thing I like about it is, even if you hit a corner at like a high speed, even with it being like a crossover, it doesn't feel like the car's gonna tilt all the way over. There goes that sign recognition to tell you when you're going like around a roundabout. We are gonna check this Harman Kardon audio system out as well. See how that works, see how that plays. Now tell me what you guys think. I mean, for the price you pay, under $30,000, you do get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, which is pretty sweet. That's only for first owner. It doesn't transfer to second owner unless you buy the car certified pre-owned, but that warranty goes from the first in service date. That way, if anyone gets confused about how the warranty works. You know, I did see something that I thought was pretty unique. So a buddy of mine texted me, and we were conversating about, you know, how Kia's lineup's coming up, because they have a lot of models that are switching over to EV. And he sent me a picture of a Kia Soul literally towing a let's just say a John boat, very small boat. But I thought it was pretty funny because I've never in my entire time of living I've seen a Soul tow a boat. I do not know the actual weight of the boat, but I do know that the Soul was towing it because it was literally pulling it in a video. And I just also want to mention too that this car is front wheel drive. Curb weight on it is just shy under 3,000 pounds, like at 2,900, 2,999, 2,998. Curb weight, front wheel drive. I also want to figure out, or like see, why Kia hasn't put an all-wheel drive drivetrain in this actual car. I mean, Hyundai has the Kona, which is very comparable to the Soul, and they have an all-wheel drive drivetrain, and I'm literally waiting for Kia to put all-wheel drive drivetrain in the Soul just to see how it drives, see how it feels, see what gas mileage it'll get. For all the features, all the safety wise, the looks, the leather, the heated seats, everything that you get in this car is pretty sweet for just under $30,000, especially with the warranty. Also guys, I do want to mention in this video that this car is available at a dealership for purchase. The vehicle is located at Performance Kia in Music, PA. Address to them is 4225 Bernie Avenue. Zip code is 18507. Phone number for them is 570-457-6600. And this vehicle is available for purchase. So if anyone's interested, this is your time to grab it up. It's gonna be a wrap for today's video. It's been pretty sweet to drive this. Again, if you guys are interested, please check out Performance Kia's inventory. Look at the resolution on that backup camera. You also do get rear cross traffic alert. Take a look at this little key fob. So used to the push button start being up there. Alrighty guys, it's gonna be a wrap for today's video. Again, if you guys are interested, please check out Performance Kia. Here's this nice little key fob. Get your lock, unlock, horn, remote start. Love the daytime running lights on this car. Alright guys, that's gonna be a wrap to today's video. I'll catch you guys on the next drive.